talking 101. She compliment my taste. Whiskey in my lemonade, cause I like the way it tastes. Best seats at the Pirates game, they let me run the base. Yeah, my time is like my money, cause I can't afford to waste. Wifey is a lawyer, take my date to my dates. Order steak by the plates, and in case after case, run my race at my pace, clear the grass of the snakes.
Episode 322 of Bucko Banter. We're back at Allegheny Coffee and Tea in the Strip District, the best coffee shop around. I got my nitro espresso here. Scotty, what are you drinking?
Oh, I'm just drinking my black coffee hot. It's still like, 50 degrees out right now. A little bit better than it was on our first show here. It was pretty cold, but the sun's out. It looks like it's going to be a beautiful day.
Absolutely. It's bumping down here. We're sorry for starting a little bit late. Things got a little hectic, but we're here to talk Pirates. And remember, if you stop down and you ask a question in person, you get a free coffee.
Yeah.
No better deal than that. This is the best place. I'm telling you, you got to check it out. Let's talk Buccos, man, because the Padres series did not go as planned after they swept the Orioles. There was some positive takeaways, but at the end of the day, it was we had a surprise guest roll up real quick.
Here we go. Oh, look who it is. It's our local comedian. Save our strip.
The Padres series did not go as planned. Obviously, positive takeaways to go off of there, but not as expected, right? But the bounce back that they had yesterday was pretty nice.
Yeah. No, I mean it was great going into Chicago against Shota Imanaga, winning that first game. Shota looked really good, had no hits through 6 innings, 18 whiffs. He absolutely destroys us, but we got that pitch count up.
Yeah.
I think that, and people were complaining about the lineup. I actually liked it. You sold out to go up matchup base there.
Yeah.
Why not?
It didn't matter.
But why not when this guy has just owned us his whole career? And I think it made a lot of sense moving O'Hearn to first base, bringing in Billy Cook for a start, even though it was coming off an off day because he crushes lefties. Hey, all it took was one at bat by Brian Reynolds and Ryan O'Hearn there in 7th. And that's all we needed to win the game.
That's got to be the strategy against Imanaga for the rest of eternity for this organization, because they can't hit him. His ERA is, I think, below 0.29.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think he gave up 1 earned run against us.
It's insane. So, I mean, you just got to work up the pitch count, get to that bullpen. I don't know why they brought in another lefty with Fieldbar.
Yeah.
I mean, talk about a hanging breaking ball to Brian Reynolds. That was absolutely.
And O'Hearn, too, ripped that ball down.
Crushed. And O'Hearn actually had some really good at-bats throughout the game.
That ball to center field that he hit probably would have been out on a day not in Chicago.
So, Nicky G as well.
Yep.
Nicky G had one. Connor had one to the warning track. Yep. And let's stick on Connor real quick, because I know he had that 2-hit game against the Padres and the second game with the W. But outside of that, the at-bats, you haven't seen the results that you're hoping for. But the kid's hitting the ball really hard. And, I think it's slightly below league average, but he has a small sample size. I think he only has around 16 at-bats right now. But, I mean, every ball he hit yesterday was stung just right at people.
I could be wrong, but I think every game he's played in, he's hit a ball over 100 miles an hour.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he continues to hit the ball hard. And one thing that's really positive to take away from his game is we have a legit shortstop. He's making some crazy plays out there at shortstop every game. I know one was overturned yesterday, diving play up the middle. But, I mean, you got to be really encouraged by what you're seeing there in the field. It's
night and day difference.
Yeah.
We were talking about how he can impact this team outside of just the at-bat. And I think the bat is still good. He's still at a competitive at-bat, but the glove has been unreal.
How about our friend Hembo from ESPN, Paul Hembekides, said that he might be the best shortstop prospect since Alex Rodriguez.
Is he that far off?
I don't think so. Hembo knows.
Think he's that far off.
Yeah.
He's so athletic, and he makes plays that are, and the range is ridiculous.
I get really annoyed when I see people responding on Twitter and saying, I mean, it's Twitter and whatnot, social media. But people are saying, oh, what's his batting average though? But it's what? How many at bats? Small sample size. The kid has got all the tools in the world. He's hitting the ball hard. Just wait, man. He is going to get really hot. And it's nice to have a face of the franchise here. 9 years, $140 million. We locked him up. He's the future of the franchise. He's the franchise shortstop, and those are hard to come by.
What about Carmen?
Looked good yesterday.
Looked good. I mean, there was definitely some moments where you're like, as the game goes on, the bases are a little bit jammed, but he found a way to get out of it. No earned runs, no runs at all throughout the entire game. He's proven to me that he can at least eat up, 4 to 5 innings, and that's fine on every 5th day.
Yeah, absolutely. I thought the command was a lot better yesterday. 3 walks over 5 1/3. He got into the 6th inning. He mentioned when we were in the clubhouse after his start at home. He mentioned it was that Saturday game, second game against the Orioles. He had a few walks that game, and he mentioned that he thought his stuff was sharper. He's got to work on the command. And I thought he put it together yesterday in Chicago. Only a couple whiffs. He didn't miss a ton of bats, but still, I thought the stuff looked sharp, and the command was better.
Command was a lot better overall. Solid win going into Chicago after losing a series. Today they have Braxton Ashcraft going, and I'm excited to see what he can do because it's been lights out so far for the kid.
Speaking of Braxton Ashcraft, go check out our episode of the Bannercast. Jay and I broke that down. You can get that on our Patreon. We're taking a deep dive on all things Pirates, analytics, whatever we're going to dive into every week. Last week was Braxton Ashcraft. There's a lot to be positive there, and I think the breakout is real.
Yeah, I think so as well. Do we have a question?
We do have a question from the incomparable, the one and only Sax Boy William.
Welcome to your first live show, Sax.
Thank you. Yeah, this is busy. This is like, you guys are active on the street. It's hard to miss you guys.
Yeah, we're right in the middle of things here.
Are you live
subscribed to the Patreon? Yeah. I'm
Okay,
on.
nice. Live on a live.
All right. Strip District, F, Marry, Kill. Ready?
Oh boy.
UFC gym, Putt Shack, and Mayweather boxing gym.
Mayweather boxing gym is gone.
It's gone?
It's gone.
Yeah.
So that's skilled.
Okay.
Is there a UFC gym down here?
I'll marry
Downtown.
There was?
There was there? It's
There
downtown.
was. Oh, that's downtown.
That's
Yeah.
downtown.
Downtown. You're getting your neighborhoods
Yeah, you're
confused
getting your
here, buddy.
neighborhoods wrong,
But
man.
to answer your question, Putt Shack, I'm wiping up.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
then the
It's a
UFC
good
gym.
spot.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Heard about that.
we're one and done. Do
Okay.
you have a Pirates question, Billy?
How's Hunter Furtado doing?
He's hurt right now. He's on the IL.
How's Alika Williams doing?
Good.
He's crushing it. I think he's hit
All
like
right.
600 in Indy.
Okay.
So,
All right.
perfect.
Good luck to you guys.
You get your free coffee.
Yep. Thank you.
Sax, I think this is a good time to plug. We're going to be live together in Toronto at the Doc Ellis. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
The Doc Ellis. So if you're in Toronto, May 23rd, 24th, come check us out. And go to the Sax Cast, part of the Bucco Banner Network.
Every Wednesday. Shout out to Saxboy Billy. Yeah, they play at 2:20 today. You got Braxton Ashcraft going. Let's give the people a little bit of taste of the Patreon, Scott, because you and Jay did a really good job of breaking down Ashcraft and why he's had so much success recently.
Yeah.
What do you have on Braxton?
I think my quote exactly on the show was he's a mastermind at changing eye levels. Usually you get guys that are good at moving, working north to south. And then you get guys that are good at moving, working east to west. He's good at both. He's got that sinker that works off the slider, and he's got the four seam that he can has some ride and works off the curveball. And I think that's going to be a difference maker for him. He's been able to command all those pitches pretty well. And there was people talking about, I forget who put it out there, that he would be a sleeper for Cy Young. I think that's very real. Like, I think he could get votes. He's a guy, if he's able to pitch deep into the season, that's another question, is the innings workload. But if he can pitch deep into the season, I think we're going to hear Braxton Ashcraft's name mentioned in Cy Young votes, not just this year, but for years to come.
We got a question about another young Bucks pitcher.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Kristen. I'm from Pittsburgh. With Seth Hernandez's recent performance at Bradenton, do you think he could be the next Paul Skeens or maybe even better?
Ooh. You want to take this one?
I think that's
Great question, by the way.
Really good question. I think one, low ace too easy for Seth. I think that's already proven. I think this is somebody who is a little bit older for his age class, on the older side of 19, right? He has every bit of an opportunity to be a high-end ace in Pittsburgh or just in Major League Baseball.
Yeah, I think so too. And to answer your question, I don't want to like compare him to Skeens, but I think the stuff is legit and as good as any pitcher in the game. Like I think he could pitch in the big leagues very soon.
We talked to Murph Gray, and
Yeah.
Murph told you like he's ready.
Yeah, he's ready.
It's more just like becoming more of a pitcher now, right? And he already has stuff. Not that he's just like out there chucking 102. because I mean he is, but he's able to control his stuff and he has a good arsenal to work with. But it's more just like understanding it a little bit more and honing in on the little things of the art of pitching, and he's going to be unhittable, dude.
I think you see him in Altoona by the end of the year. I
Yeah.
think his stuff is that good, and I don't know if he's going to be in Bradenton that long. I mean, yesterday 4 innings, no hits, 1 walk, 7 Ks. I mean, just absolutely nasty, toying with guys. I'm willing to say right now he's the best pitching prospect in baseball.
Yeah.
I know he's only had 2 starts, but we've seen him in the breakout game, in the backfields. The stuff is legit. When scouts were saying that he was the best high school arm they've seen since, what's the names they put out there? I can't even remember, like Josh Beckett. I mean, that's very real. I can't imagine. I can't believe anyone in high school hit this kid. If he played anywhere but Southern California, this kid would have a 0 ERA.
Yeah.
So, best pitching prospect in baseball. I'm very comfortable saying that right now.
Yeah, he's ready for Altoona. I mean, we've seen games in AA. Like, this kid needs to be challenged a little bit more. Don't waste the bullets.
No.
Down there in low A. You're not getting the best swing decisions, of course, at that level. I mean, he's going to be able to just continue to dominate. I think just throw him in AA or get him a couple innings in Greensboro. Treat it kind of like Skeens. Obviously, you're going to take it much slower, right? You're not planning on having him up here anytime soon. Maybe later next year.
He's still 19.
He's still 19 years old, but I think get him a couple innings in Greensboro. If you see the same result that you saw in low A, let's finish the year in Altoona and get him majority of his starts at that level where he can be challenged. Because I don't think he's been challenged just like generally throughout his baseball career. This kid is that good.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he played on that high school team that produced 3 first-round picks out of Corona. So, he's played with the best, and I think there's still some projection left, which is scary to think. We saw him like he's a big kid, but there's still some projection left in that frame.
Right. There's still
could he throw harder? I mean, that's kind of
he's bigger than
crazy
expected. When you see him in person, he's a large human.
Yeah, he is big. He is big.
And he probably has some weight to put on. I think that's where the projection
comes
in, maybe a little bit bigger in the legs, but like, dude, the arm talent, he's throwing 102.
I know. You saw Max Clark's reaction. Like it's legit stuff, and the changeup is disgusting. I'm excited to see how long it takes to get him to Greensboro, because I don't think we're going to be waiting much longer.
No, I don't think we are either. Let's talk Marcell Ozuna.
Yeah, that's a good topic.
Real quick, because I think people are starting to get frustrated, rightfully so. I don't think this is going to be a Tommy Pham, Rowdy Tellez situation. Marcel's just too good to be put into that category, and I don't think he's going to slump that hard. And he had some solid contact the other day, and the eye at the plate is still there, but the results are not coming through. And he had 3 days off.
Yeah.
And they said he went to work. I've seen him personally in the cages after a game underneath the tunnel going to work. And, that's kind of rare. Guys usually go home after games. You're not getting extra work in. I mean, you could tell it's bugging him. He talked about it the other day, how he deserves to be booed and he's not getting the same results. And this is a guy who's seen success pretty much every year of his career. And I know he's coming off of a little bit of an injury and the bat speed's down a little bit, but how much longer do you think they could,
I mean, this is our 2026 Tommy Pham.
Yeah.
Start off really slow. You kind of hope that he gets hot like Tommy did, but at the same time, they give him $11 million, right? It's over 10. It was 11.
I think so.
They're not going to give up on this guy anytime soon.
Right.
But you do have the luxury of having it as Merlin Valdez crushing it in AAA right now. And I think would be, if we didn't have Ozuna, a legit candidate to come up and be DH at some point. But yeah, just given the contract that he got, I just don't see them quitting on him just yet. That
would be something if his Merlin debuted this year. I mean, talk about
I think it's very possible.
Name that you just never would have thought of a couple of years ago to now.
He's proving that last year was not a fluke. Go look at his baseball savant page.
Yeah.
A lot of red.
Here's my take on Marcell Ozuna. I was thinking about this while I was listening to the most recent pod. Think about how many things were changed up and think about how many things that could have gone wrong. And the only thing people have to complain about is your DH isn't hitting as well as you want him to through the first 13 games.
And they're playing well.
2 hits through like 30.
And he doesn't need to. He should. But they're still winning baseball games.
Yeah. I'll even sacrifice just contact over power right now for him. I don't need to see, the home runs right now. Yeah. Just get on base. I'll be happy with that. Obviously, then you're going to want to see the slug. And if you don't see the slug, then it's another problem. But let's start just putting bat to ball because he's really, I mean, outside of a couple of at bats, he's really not even putting the ball in play.
No, he's not. He's not.
That's the big problem.
I was encouraged a little bit after the second series in Cincinnati. I thought he had some good at bats, but it's kind of gone downhill from there. And I don't know. I mean, they sat him for 2 straight games. You know, I think
plus an off day.
I think Donnie has had some interesting decisions as manager. Like, I thought the Orioles series was managed to perfection. And hey, it's early. Like, I'm not gonna sit here. I think it's not worth it to complain about every single lineup, every single game decision. But
what else are people going to talk about?
I know
on Twitter on a day-to-day basis.
There was some, interesting bullpen decisions, I thought, in the San Diego series, but it's going to happen, man. And I think he's done well with the lineups, especially we talked about yesterday's lineup. I thought that was interesting. I know, there were some complaints about it, but Isaac Mattson and Justin Lawrence are being used a lot out of the pen. Do we have concerns about that? Because it seems like those are the go-to guys. Johan Ramirez too.
I think Mattson, I'm not concerned about. I think this dude can just throw for days. I mean, like 2-pitch guy, invisible fastball. I'm not really concerned about him. Justin Lawrence, I'm concerned about the usage.
Yeah,
I really am, because obviously he's had arm injuries in the past, and the history is not great with that. I don't want to put him in high leverage situations right now. And I know, like, relief guys, they're going to be thrown into crowded positions, guys on second, guys on first, that you don't want to be in. But if that slider is not working for him, it's middle. And we saw that in the Padres series.
I mean, it's like Adam Ottavino too. I just think there's a lot of volatility with a guy like that whose ball moves so much. It's almost uncontrollable at times. But I guess furthermore, like, Mason Montgomery is not a guy that you're going to use in a bulk roll, right? He's more of a power arm and looked really good yesterday. Doors. I mean, was very clutch for us in that inning. 2/3 of an inning, got 2 clutch outs. But then I turned to, like, Jose Urquidy. Like, what are we doing with Jose Urquidy? Because it seems like at this point, 1.1 million, is it worth the roster spot?
It seems like they want him in a bulk role, but they're not even experimenting with that. Like, he's getting late inning.
He's pitched like 3 times.
He's pitched 3 times late in games.
Yeah.
Like, you think he'd be like more of a piggyback situation where you want middle relief, but that really hasn't been the case with him.
No.
He's just kind of rotting away in the bullpen. And, like, I know, like, there is some promise there, and you gave the guy $1 million, but I guess the question is, then, who do you bring up to fill that role?
Yeah, I mean, you got some guys in triple.
You could say, like, hey, you'd want Carmen in a more of a high leverage back of the end bullpen role. I mean, we could have used that multiple times, but if he's eating innings for you at the back end of that rotation, then I'd rather that.
I just don't. I don't think, and obviously this is never the case on April 11th, but I just don't think we see the final form of this bullpen. It's kind of weirdly put together right now. You got Hunter Barco, who's really a starter, who they're trying to stretch out in the bullpen. You got Jose Urquidy, who's supposed to be your long man, but he's not really pitching. He's only coming in when the team's down by a lot at the end of a game to fill innings. And then you're using Isaac Mattson, Justin Lawrence, Johan Ramirez as much as humanly possible. Mason Montgomery's pitching, in high leverage situations for the most part. Like, it's a weirdly put together bullpen. I do think you see guys like Evan Sisk at some point, Cam Sanders. They love Cam Sanders, Brandon Benoit. We talked about some of the guys in AAA, Wilbur Dotel, Antoine Kelly, who are currently starting. They could be brought up in the bullpen. I think they would do well back there, especially Carmen, like you said.
Yeah, I think the goal is, I mean, like, we want these starters to eat innings, and Bubba was pissed about it the other day. I think the goal for Bubba is to really throw the ball. I think he threw a career high in innings last year between AAA and Major League Baseball, and I think the goal is to get him past that. And him going only 4 innings, you could see is bugging him.
I think we talked about, well, maybe I talked about this with Jay on Bantercast, but something with Bubba I've noticed does he need to slow it down a little bit?
Is he what?
Does he need to slow it down a little bit?
Probably.
We talked to Gavin Adams on Down the Farm last week, and we talked about repeatability and repeating your mechanics, getting to that consistent release point, and what are some things that you work on? What are the challenges with it? And he talked about just like creating his own tempo and slowing things down. And it made me think about Bubba a little bit, because Bubba's is this dual sport athlete on the mound, and he wants to move quickly. And sometimes I feel like he can benefit from just slowing it down. But everyone moves at their own pace.
Everyone moves at their own pace, and when you're trucking 99 on average, it's easy to just kind of keep going and give them your best big on big. But yeah, I agree with that. Slow it down a little bit. Take a little bit of a breather. I know you got the pitch clock, but just it's not so much of a like quite literally slowing the game down, but just
breathe on the mound.
Breathe
Marcus
a
Stroman
little
was
bit.
big on that. I know Pirates fans probably don't like Marcus Stroman during his Cub days, but he was big on breathing mechanics on the mound, and maybe to a further extent than most people need to be on the mound. But I think it's super valuable to control your breath and be in the moment while you're on the mound.
100%. I'm looking forward to his next start here because the stuff has looked incredible.
That'll be tomorrow.
Yeah,
Tomorrow
the stuff has looked
against Tyon.
Tyon versus Bubba. Talk about complete opposites. Also, Pirates struggle with Tyon too.
They do. I think I posted on our weekly newsletter. You probably got that out with our preview of the matchup. He does pretty well against the Pirates. But he's the guy he's more finesse over, or he's a command over power pitcher. He's not going to strike guys out. Even though last year he had an outing where I think he struck out 7 against the Pirates. Today, Edward Cabrera. Let's talk about that real quick because that game's at 2:20. We're at Wrigley. Edward Cabrera is an arm that they acquired this offseason, and someone I've always been intrigued in from the very beginning. He's going to throw mostly changeups, 40% changeups. He's got an absurd changeup. Can get the fastball up into the mid to high 90s, but at the same time, the fastball is not going to miss bats.
Right.
So it's more of a setup pitch for his secondaries. And, this is a guy that, I think we can run that pitch count up like we did with Shota and get him out of there early because that Cubs bullpen, although they added a lot to it, has been their bugaboo the last couple years.
Yeah, you'll see Brandon Lau back in the lineup today. I like not playing him against lefties.
Not every day, but against the Shota, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, that's totally fine. Nick York, I think, is going to fill that role quite nicely.
Yeah.
He really is. But I'm interested to see what the lineup looks like today. I expect it to be your typical lineup, probably plug Spencer Horwitz
O'Neill in the
back
leadoff.
in there. And then O'Hearn moves out to right. The lineup looks good, man. Like, I'm confident.
Do you slide down Marcell? Not to go back to Marcell, but do you slide him down the lineup? Like, do you put him in a 7-hole?
Yeah. I think if anything, you move Connor up. And I like Connor at the back end of that lineup right now as like a little bit of a spark plug. Kind of like how Jake Mangum is.
I don't know if I want him
play
behind Connor, though, because I don't like, we can just pitch around Connor to get the Ozuna right now.
Right.
So, I mean, it also depends on the situation.
If you want protection, he's got to hit.
Yeah.
Right. So it's a little bit of a rough situation where you got to keep playing him, but the results still aren't there. I mean, I absolutely would play him today. Like, what else would you do? Who else are you going to DH?
Nicky York.
I mean, yeah, Nick York's been hitting the ball well.
But you probably want Nicky York as like a defensive replacement at some point or pinch
speaking
hitter.
of defensive replacements, I've been loving what they're doing with Jake Mangum.
Love it.
Late in games. I mean, talk about just shoring up that outfield defense yesterday, throwing him out and left.
I've never been more confident in a guy coming into a pitch hit situation and making things happen. I feel like he's got. I'm gonna go look at his pinch hit stats this year because I feel like he
gets on base. Man.
He gets on base.
You're not looking for a long ball from him.
Yeah.
I mean, even when he makes weak contact, it's a hard 90. And he puts pressure on the defense. It's exactly what you need. Connor's the same way, by the way. Connor, I mean, anything he puts in play, you're getting 100% from him. But Jake Mangum, talk about just knowing your role with a team and knowing who you are as a ball player and just squeezing every bit of energy, all the juice out of that. He's got it, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I would like to see him get a couple more starts here and there just because he gets on and, crowd the base pass a little bit for the guys that are going to drive in runs. But he's been really good.
Maybe he starts tomorrow against Jameson Tyon and gives Tyon some fits.
Tyon's
Tyon's going to be in the zone. Like, throw him out there, man.
Yeah, he's going to be in the zone. He's going to make contact. I think the Pirates, like you said, have struggled in the past.
Nicky G. Put Nicky G in there. He's going to swing it straight.
He's going to swing
early and
pretty
often.
much everything. Yeah. I'm excited. I mean, this team has looked good without full contributions from some of their, key acquisitions.
Did you see the Fangraphs playoffs odds? I don't want to get too ahead of ourselves here.
What are they?
Pirates are number 1 in the Central right now, 51.7% chance, I believe. Don't quote me on that. I'm in the ballpark area, but yeah, it's pretty crazy. I don't think we would picture it's April 11th. Let's just put that out there. Cubs are in last right now. I think the Reds got off to a hot start after they played us, so they are now like 8-4, 8-5, just like us. But I like how we've started. We've also haven't had the easiest schedule to start the season.
Right.
Like we've run into some good teams here. The Mets in New York, the Padres at home. The Padres always do well against us. I think this upcoming week at home is going to be a good opportunity for us to really extend that lead in the Central.
Nationals and Rays.
4 games against the Nationals, 3 against the Rays. Aaron Savale ain't coming back.
No.
Remember him for 2 teams? What is it, last year or the year before? Rays and Brewers shutting us out. So a good opportunity for them to really take a lead in the Central this week.
We'll be at the ballpark all week. I think this is a really important away series, just a quick road trip for the boys. I like it. Just there and back, right? You're not on the road for too long, but really important. Kind of the first road test of the season outside. I mean, the Mets obviously opening weekend. There's a lot of other things going on there, but division rival going in there, winning a series is going to be huge. I just put it away today, man.
Yeah, put it away against Edward Cabrera, and then you also don't want to get our hopes up there because we said the same thing about Herman Marquez. But
You said the same thing about Herman Marquez.
Come on now, you agreed.
Yeah, I did.
So yeah, good opportunity to get ahead. Deebs, anything you got for us on this team so far?
We got here's the question. I mean, we kind of talked about this a little bit. We had something in the we actually just got another comment in. 37.4% chance to win the NL Central per Fangraphs. 57.6 to make the playoffs.
It's 57.6 now.
Yeah, I know it's early.
Yeah,
Pirates are 8-5 right now.
Yeah.
How do we feel about that?
I feel really good, man. I mean, I feel really good. I think this is a good start. Someone told me the other day, well, they started 2 years ago at 20-9 or whatever in April, and I was just like, well, that team didn't have Ryan O'Hearn, Brandon Lau, Connor Griffin. Like, just think what this team can do. And I think early good starts they're important.
They're important.
You don't want to start off slow.
No, you got to. I think you don't want to also start off too hot.
No, but
I mean, there's going to be your ups and downs, ebbs and flows of Major League Baseball season. You're going to go through some rough patches. Just stay consistent. Play good baseball.
I also don't want to get too ahead of myself here, but the Cubs pitching situation makes me feel a lot more comfortable because going into the season, I think they were the team I was most worried about. I think they had the most upside. The Brewers always scare me, no matter who's on their team, no matter who they trade away. But I think the Cubs had the potential to win 90 games.
Yeah.
And with Cade Horton and was it Matthew Boyd out for the year too? They have 2 pitchers out for the year. They've got Justin Steele coming back, but you can't expect Justin Steele to come in and be that top dog right out of the gate coming back from Tommy John. So I feel a lot more comfortable about our chances in the Central right now.
Close it out with this, Scott. Jared Jones is going to come back at some point. If everything continues to go well with this starting rotation, high leverage roll.
I love that.
What do we got here?
Oh, what do we got here?
Dubai chocolate.
Let's go.
All right.
Bob Nutting spending money as crazy as Dubai chocolate being a fad.
That's great. Let's try it.
Wow.
We got the live taste
That's
test.
incredible.
The
Wow.
exclusive.
That is
Let me
good.
let me get one of these bad boys.
Let's hand some of these out. You want some of that?
Wow.
Here we go.
Yeah, I mean that's
No.
Come on, Sax. We wouldn't do that to you.
this is the type of magic you get to experience if you come down to the live show here.
Can I get on the mic for a second? You guys are absolutely brave for doing this. People at home can't see. You're like bottlenecking traffic.
We are.
This is like an actual
Hey, Sax,
public
last year,
health concern.
this right here, this cement right here was uneven last year. I can't tell you how many people we saw trip. Luckily, we have
saw
a
a woman with a walker like struggle to get past this, and I heard one lady go, "Hey, what's that?" And she goes, "Oh, it's Bucco Banner," and rolled her eyes. People are just out here laughing at you.
hell yeah, dude.
You guys are brave, but honestly, this is why I'm Team Bucco Banner, baby. Let's go. Good job.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thanks,
you get
Zach.
a lot of eyes on you when you're sitting in
Listen.
the middle of a sidewalk
Listen.
just with a
That-
microphone.
Listen,
Those
there
are the
2
industry
people
plans.
singing-
Baseball.
There are 2 people singing the worst karaoke covers that you've ever heard in your entire life on either side of us. This is the least offensive thing happening on this street,
Yeah.
without a doubt.
Very true.
Also, comment on the shirt. Nice shirt.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, you
Hell,
can
you
get
could
this
get these.
Shirt at buccobanter.com. It's a really nice shirt. I designed it myself. This is actually my hand.
It
Holding
is a
up.
picture of you.
Yeah, this is a picture of me. So the whole team has them, by the
Yeah.
way. everybody on the team has them, you could too.
All right, we got a question here. If the trade deadline were tomorrow, who would you be trading for?
Oh
I
my.
know it's super early, but who would you be trading for? Or I think also what type of player would you be trading for?
I'd trade for a third baseman
Does
and
that
probably
kid-
another
does-
high leverage arm.
I'm just throwing a name out here because I've been seeing some highlights. Does that TJ Rumfield in Colorado play third base? Because I feel like he wouldn't cost too much, and he's been off to a hot start.
Yeah,
Targeting
Colorado
guys like
doesn't
that.
they don't trade any. Like
Yeah, that's true.
they hold on to their guys. They don't make good trades.
I think he plays both corners. I don't know about the defense, but offensively, he's gotten off to a hot start in Colorado. I mean, I'd be targeting guys like that can just complement your lineup and make you stronger. And who knows what the bullpen looks like. I think that's another avenue that they'll have to explore maybe, but I don't think they're going to have to really add to the starting rotation. Obviously,
I like Royce. If Royce Lewis is healthy,
he's on the IL today.
I know.
Dude,
If he's healthy later in the year,
You've been
He
on
could
the
be-
Royce Lewis for
that's
months.
the problem though. He
I'll
can't
always
say-
believe in Royce
He can't
Lewis.
stay healthy, but when he's
Yeah.
healthy, he's like an MVP type
It's like
caliber
Byron
player.
Buxton, who's on
Yeah.
the same team.
But again, you don't know what the Twins are doing at any. The
Shelton,
Derek
man.
Shelton Twins. You feel like they put him in that situation just because they're like, nah, he did it with the Pirates. Like, we'll just go a couple of years losing again.
Which is
And
crazy
then-
because they've got they've got some good talent with like Joe Ryan's a really good pitcher.
Yeah.
Royce Lewis and Byron Buxton, if they stay healthy, could be, like you said, MVP candidates.
Yeah.
But they can't play 162 or anywhere close to it. So that's
Buxton has a no trade clause as well.
yeah.
Yeah, I think I would add a third baseman.
Yeah.
I don't know whose contracts are running up or who you could get maybe.
I'd have to look.
Yeah, I'd have to look. I'm not prepared for the trade deadline quite yet. I haven't thought about that. But I did talk about this with a friend of the show, Ian Labach, the other day. Like, what would you add? I think definitely add a high leverage arm. Doesn't have to be a closer.
Yeah.
But just somebody, I mean, teams do it all the time where you bring in a closer from another team and you don't have them close games, but 7th, 8th inning rolls. You want a little bit more surety.
I mean, Michael Kopech is available right now.
Yeah.
I
I'd
know
take a
he's
chance
been
on
up and down, but like the guy I'd take a chance on for sure over a Jose Urquidy at this point.
Yeah. If I were a betting man, I'd say Urquidy doesn't make it
Yeah.
too much longer. I mean, he really hasn't gotten that much of a shot, but it's a roster spot. I know the rosters increase it later on in the year, and we're talking way ahead of ourselves now, but at that time, I couldn't see it.
So, next question: who's your World Series starting rotation? No, I mean, I think I'd have to sit down and look at trade deadline. I'm not quite there yet, but I'm sure there will be names that will definitely appear here by Memorial Day that are like, oh, these guys are going to be obvious candidates to be moved if end of July. So,
yeah,
I think the trade deadline's on my birthday this year. By the way, no big deal.
Could be a really good birthday. Could be a really bad birthday.
Yeah, so can't be any worse than last year's trade deadline, right? Am I right, boys?
You're right. You're absolutely right. Anything?
You got a high-end reliever would be a good addition. I think there's a lot of question marks, but a high-end reliever, you can never go wrong doing that.
Yeah. I think good teams always do that at the trade deadline. Pitching wins, especially late in games, late in the season. So good stuff today.
Yeah, we'll be out here another 2 weeks.
Yep.
Come check us out. Come check out the Patreon.
Last comment we got: bring David Bednar home.
Can you imagine?
Are they looking for a catcher? You got one, Edglin Perez, and no, I like Rafi
Hey,
Flores.
let's talk about the tailgate.
Oh, let's plug that real quick. May 2nd. What is it? The Red Series?
Yeah.
We're going to be hosting a tailgate. Details to follow. But we'll definitely promote, put it on RSVP and stuff like that. But hope to see you there. Circle it on your calendar. It's a Saturday. Should be fun.
Yeah, we'll have a lot of vendors. We'll announce that very soon, but we're gonna have a couple of those.
Yeah.
This year. You can go to buccobanter.com. I'll put some information about that as well. Maybe put the RSVP up on there. And then we'll put it out in the our email, the newsletter. If you want to subscribe to that, just go to the website. Picture of us shows up. Enter your email. Opt in. Go to your email. Click opt in. You get newsletters every week. All the pitching matchups, etc. Go to YouTube. Make sure you like, subscribe, leave a comment, tell a friend, tell a friend. Listening, download, leave a 5-star review. It means a ton. Until next time,
Hoist it.
hoist it.
Best seats at the Pirates game, they let me run the base. Yeah, my time is like my money, cause I can't afford to waste. Wifey is a lawyer, take my date to my dates, or the steak by the plates and it